Congress has its eyes set on foreign affairs today.
Yeah, they're hosting hearings on both Ukraine and China. The Senate Armed Services Committee and House Appropriations Committee are examining oversight of Ukraine military aid. Since the start of the war, Congress has approved more than $113 billion in assistance for Kyiv. And tonight, the House Select Committee, tasked with examining the strategic competition between the U.S. and China, is set to hold its first hearing.
Joining us now from Capitol Hill is CBS News congressional correspondent Scott MacFarlane. Scott, the first hearing on Ukraine aid is already happening. It's already underway. What have you learned so far?
Yeah, we've been circling this date, Lily and Lana. This has been an increasingly frequent and increasingly fierce issue of debate here in the Congress. How much money to continue to spend supporting Ukraine? One of the revelations from the hearing that's underway in the U.S. House is that already Congress has appropriated about $100 billion to help this war effort, and that $75 billion or so has been drawn down and spent, roughly $46 billion for security assistance. The testimony here today is about whether that money is being well utilized or potentially going to be wasted. There seems to be some certainty when you spend that much money to support a land war, some of the money will leak through cracks and be wasted or be subject to fraud or abuse. At this point, according to Pentagon testimony today, they believe all that money has been well utilized as part of the war effort at the Department of Defense, even according to Republican critics of some of this spending, has been judiciously used. But there is concern that waste and fraud is inevitable with some of that other money, the humanitarian aid that might run through different channels to get their way from the State Department or the U.S. Agency on International Development to people who need it in Ukraine. And that's going to come up later this summer, Lily and Lana, when congressional sources tell me they expect another new request for another tranche of money to help support Ukraine.
Well, Scott, let's talk about China, because tensions between the U.S. and China are high as U.S. warnings against sending lethal weapons to Russia in that fight against to occupy Ukraine. There's also the problem of the Chinese spy balloon incident. Not to mention the latest TikTok ban. Actually, there's so much going on. What should we expect in that hearing tonight?
And before this year began, U.S. House Republicans, after winning the majority, set up this new select committee on China. And they believe that was a very prescient move because that decision came before the spy balloons, or spy balloon, and before this talk of China getting involved in supporting Russia against Ukraine. So they'll have a primetime hearing tonight of this new committee, and they will tackle both of those pressing issues, the war in Ukraine and China's potential future role, about balloons, and also about the Wuhan lab leak theory and the coronavirus. They got a lot to jam in to a hearing that they're putting in prime time as they try to raise the platform and raise the profile of this new investigative committee. I'll note one thing, and this is important procedurally, but it's important in practicality as well. Democrats are going to take seats on this panel tonight. We may see some streaks of bipartisanship, but they also learned from the last Congress when Republicans boycotted that select committee on January 6th that it may not be wise for the minority party to do so. So they'll be part of this tonight as well.
And Scott, we know that tonight on Red and Blue, we'll get to hear your interview with Ohio congressional leaders. Can you just tease a little bit of what we should expect to hear?
Now, there is growing scrutiny about what Congress is doing or is not doing in response to that East Palestine, Ohio train disaster. There have been calls for the Congress to get more involved, to try to prod more either relief money or studies for the people who believe their water or land are poisoned now. There's also calls for new regulation of rail companies to prevent a future crisis. We also heard, and CBS News has confirmed, there are plans for a field hearing to Congress to bring its members and its hearing right there on the ground in East Palestine. But the local congressman who represents that area says he doesn't want that happening right away. Could be a problem. He explains to us why.
The last thing they want is a circus of politicians coming there to get what they determine to be a photo op. My word to the people of East Palestine is, you get to determine where the finish line is. It's not over until you say it's over.
Tonight on Red and Blue, we'll hear from Ohio Democratic Senator Sherrod Brown, who spent this past week visiting with the people of East Palestine on the ground, what he thinks needs to happen next to help with recovery. He'll explain it to us tonight on Red and Blue.
All right, Scott, thank you.